It is definitely a rough Saturday, but we're all going to try and make sense of it right here, right now on the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by Shane Diefenbach. We're without Sean DePaz today, but that doesn't mean it still isn't time for a walk of shame, because the Sun Devils fall to the Stanford Cardinal 15-14 in heartbreaking fashion at the end there.
Can we all, everybody in the chat watching, and all of us here, can we all just collectively?
That was tough, man. That was absolutely tough. If you didn't watch it and you're just tuning into the podcast, man, one final shot. Emory Jones heaves it to Elijhah Badger down the sideline. Pass is literally just a few yards outside of what would have been a touchdown. Elijhah Badger, this close maybe? This close, literally fingertips away from keeping his feet in bounds and arguably delivering one of the best comebacks for Arizona State in a while, but unfortunately it's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say enough about Badger's play today. He's the best player on this team.
Yeah.
I genuinely think so. I mean, he's the only one that can consistently make plays. He's a safety valve and a deep threat all in one. Like, the run game was almost a non-factor today. The holes looked big, but they collapsed real fast. I don't know. It just this type of loss really hurts.
Yeah.
Just because of, this is a Stanford defense that allows 30 points a game. You could only score 2 touchdowns on them, and you didn't get any in the second half. You didn't get a single point in the second half.
Lost to a team today that only scored field goals.
Yeah, they kicked 5 damn field goals. I think the defense was solid. I mean, if you hold any team to 15 points, you play well. You don't let them get in the end zone. You play well.
Yeah.
It's
obviously
tough. We'll talk quarterbacks and stuff later, but I thought Emory was serviceable, but not good.
Yeah, Emory, I don't think, if I'm being honest, and I know there's a lot of people that probably disagree, I don't think Emory lost this game. But he sure as hell didn't do anything to help this team win the game. I think the play calling from Glenn Thomas was
atrocious,
questionable at best. It was absolutely mind-boggling. Some of the plays that he would call, specifically in that second half, I can't tell you how many third and middle ground, right? 3rd and 5, opts to run the ball. What are we doing? And this would come after a phenomenal play by Elijhah Badger, or a phenomenal run by Xavier Valade. All for what? Just to throw it away, try and run the ball on 3rd and 5, to then punt. What are we doing? Absolutely just, it's a lot of it is going to be tough going forward, because there's going to be questions about, Emory Jones. There's going to be questions now of okay, Sean Aguano just squandered his opportunity to get the permanent head coaching job, which we'll get to that at a point, because Kenny Dillingham had himself a day for Oregon.
We can get to this later.
It's bad, man. before we get into the numbers, I want to talk about that last drive, right? The defense steps up, gives ASU one final shot, gives the ASU offense one final shot to go down the field and make something of what seemed like nothing, right? And I turned to you. As soon as that drive started, I said, look, this is the time for ASU to wipe away the mantra of, it's ASU. They're going to find a way to lose the game, which fast forward 15 minutes later, and here we are.
Yeah,
right?
And it wasn't even they didn't even find a way. They created a new way to lose for ASU. Oh my God, I can't express how bad I feel for Sun Devil fans that stuck through this game like we did and watched this entire thing.
Yeah.
Or even just listen to this game or follow along on Gamecast. There's a chance. They can do this. Here we go. He caught it? No, he didn't. It's just,
then the delay of game, the sack, specifically in that last drive, and we'll talk about Emory Jones' play kind of throughout, but that last drive, he was playing, it looked like he was playing like a freshman. If I would have watched just that last drive from Emory Jones and not seen any other play from him, I would have 100% thought that this guy is a redshirt freshman and this is his first big game opportunity. Because there are plays out there that you can't make. You cannot afford to take that sack. You have to feel that pressure coming off the left side, especially knowing that Isaiah Glass has struggled for the last couple of weeks, not just against Stanford, right? You can't take that delay of game penalty.
Plus, it wasn't just like the pressures weren't different things. Like they run a couple loopers here and there, but they were running like basically the same stuff. It was a lot of like false fronts. There's 3 down linemen, 2 down linemen, even sometimes 1 down lineman, and then pressure would come, and they'd mix it up a little bit, but you knew they were blitzing, and that falls on Emory, but it also again it falls on the play calling, it falls on Glenn Thomas. You have to scheme stuff up. Like, I don't understand that. Elijhah Badger, great stat line, really good, but didn't catch any balls like within 5 yards. Everything had to be deep down the field. If Elijhah Badger gets the ball in space, he's gonna make something happen. We've seen it. So when to counter a blitz, draw something up that gets Emory the ball out faster. It's time and time again. It's so frustrating, and I'm so out on this coaching staff. I'm so out.
Yeah.
Iguano aside, we can talk about that later. But the OC, I thought Donnie was okay today, but I don't want okay. I want to see stuff. Like, the only time this front four got pressure, or the lineman got pressure, was when when Merlin would come, when they would send an extra guy, or they would just
Ed
get
Oliver
pressure
Ed Woods off the edge right there on 3rd and long.
Yeah, on a corner blitz.
The Stanford team is not good.
They're bad.
Yeah,
they're bad.
Horrendous. Before we get into the numbers
Shout out
again,
Mike Luke. He just texted me.
Elijhah Badger, right? Yeah. We talked about his numbers. We talked about how crazy of a game he was set for, right? It looked genuinely today like Elijhah Badger could break some ASU records with his first quarter.
7 yards and a touchdown in the first half.
He finished with 6 catches, $118, and a touchdown. I would say those are very, very serviceable numbers for an ASU wide receiver. 4 of those catches came in the first quarter. Glenn Thomas, I'm going to be straight. Glenn Thomas has no fucking idea what he's doing. Glenn Thomas should not be an offensive coordinator for a Power 5 school. He should not be. The play calling, it's so irritating, man. Yeah. It is so frustrating because there is so much talent on this team. Danny Casillas in the chat, we took Rob Likens for granted. Glenn Thomas is awful. 100,000%. 100,000%. You look at the offensive coordinators over the last few years at Arizona State. You mentioned Rob Likens, Billy Napier. Like,
pay the man.
There's just, it's so frustrating because there is talent on this team. Okay. We're going to obviously talk about the rest of it. I do want to get into the numbers. Obviously, the score is the one thing that hurts the most, right? 15-14 in favor of Stanford. It took 5 field goals. It only took 5 field goals to win a college football game today. Tanner McKee threw for 320 today. Emory Jones and company only 227. Rush yards, ASU out-rushing Stanford 128-78. Both teams with a turnover. Penalty yards and penalties. ASU with 8 for 75. Stanford 6 for 60. Shane, for you, what stands out?
The amount of passes Tanner McKee threw. I think it was 57. This is what college football is. When you have an offense that isn't good and you have a serviceable quarterback like Tanner McKee, who's solid. I mean, he made some great throws today. Just throw the ball. Throw it 57 times. It might only get you 5 field goals, but you'll win a game.
It's bad, man.
Stop calling run plays in inside zones on 3rd and 5.
With 9 minutes to play. With 9 minutes to play in the second quarter, Tanner McKee had 21 passing attempts. Emory Jones finished the game with 25 passing attempts. If that doesn't tell you that the offensive coaching staff does not believe that Emory Jones can win this team football games, then I don't know what does. There is no faith in Emory Jones, right? Which, after what I've seen at this point, it's time to move on.
Yeah, it's also just, I mean, the play discrepancy. Like, they ran
significantly more.
Way more plays than ASU did, and it wasn't even close. I'm trying to find it.
I believe it was 30 more plays.
Yeah, at one point it was 30. It's your defense.
You're not going to win.
Your defense can't get off the field unless they're allowing a field goal. And
it's tough. It's absolutely tough. And the thing that I think hurts the most is there was some phenomenal plays today, right? Jordan Clark played a great game today. I felt like Ro Torrance had his best game of the season today.
God, he was good.
And, I mean, Elijhah Badger. Like, we knew, a lot of ASU fans knew, but I think today was the day that he put a lot of Pac-12 fans on notice that he is that guy. He is a top 5 receiver in the Pac-12. But none of it matters because it all comes at the hands of a loss, right? Like, now what? Now you're going to go next week. You got Colorado. Okay. Like, I feel like no matter what happens in that Colorado game, there's still going to be a bad taste.
Yeah, no, in the mouth of ASU fans. Is the season. That's it. I mean, there's nothing. You're going to have to get really lucky if you want anything good to happen the rest of the year, because I think the players are pretty out right now. It's after a bye week. You know, how do you not
after a bye week?
How do you not game plan against Stanford? Sorry, let me just, guys, there was an entire week of walkthroughs of schemes, of game planning. You had tape on this team.
And they scored 14
You've played
points.
them many times. You've lost to them 15 years in a row.
50.
Why?
ASU,
I don't get it.
Can't beat Stanford at home. They can't go to California and they can't beat Stanford. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the trees are too fucking tall, if everybody out there is too fucking smart for the coaching staff. I don't know what it is, but there's a problem that needs to be fixed. And at this point, you got to go. You got to clean house. We'll get into it at the end. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, look, today's game is definitely a reason to start drinking. Okay. And there is only one place to be doing that drinking, and that is Four Peaks. You guys can join us this Wednesday as all of our shows go live from Four Peaks for our monthly Last Wednesday at their 8th Street Pub. You guys can enjoy $3 kilt lifters and Wow Weed pints when you mention you're there with PHNX. Also, the Yotes play their inaugural home game at Mullet Arena this Friday. Join our PHNX Coyotes crew at Four Peaks for our tailgate watch party. It's free to enter, and you guys can enjoy, again, $3 specials and watch on the 20-foot jumbo screen. Register through the link in our show notes. You do got to be 21 or older and enjoy responsibly if you are going to be drinking. My goodness, I'm upset. Damn, Saul in the chat. All the trees are tall to toe tree. Bro, trees are just tall. What are you talking about, dude? Like, come on, Saul. If you're going to roast me, be better. Okay? Be absolutely better. Let's get to bottle service, because there was a shining star today. We brought up his name, and that name is none other than the Honey Badger.
No.
He's not the Honey Badger?
No.
Who is he?
He's Elijhah Badger.
He's Elijhah Badger.
He's really good at football.
He is really good at football.
Yeah.
6 catches, $118, and a tutty. What'd you see from him today?
High pointing the ball, mossing dudes, almost winning ASU a football game single-handedly.
Quite single-handedly.
And see, we have fun on the show. Yeah, he was awesome, and it just sucks. It means nothing.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if he wasn't.
Stop.
I have to say it. I wouldn't be shocked if Elijhah Badger decided to transfer. Because at what point, what's his reason to stay? Right? What's his reason to stay? If you're Elijhah Badger.
Ohana.
You need more than Ohana to need to want to stay
but
here.
But it means family.
Yeah, it does mean family. But guess what? This is a very broken family. This is a family that I don't think
like,
loves each other right now.
What's that show with the family?
Family Matters?
No.
No?
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of shows have family.
Succession.
I haven't seen that show.
That's a family, right? Yeah.
Okay. This is tough, man. Like, Elijhah Badger, Daniel Ngata, some of these younger guys that show talent week in and week out deserve to be on better rosters than this.
Yeah, it is bad when a Tanner beats you LTC. This is kind of what's, I don't know. It's so hard to, like, I'm not defending him by any means.
Who?
Emory Jones.
Oh.
I'm not defending him by any means. But I said it multiple times when we were watching the game. It's so confusing. Like, first of all, he looks fast and slow at the same time. Second of all, he will make a boneheaded play, forget to snap the football, and then throw just an absolute dot. That throw to Badger was really good at the end of the game. That touchdown to Badger was fantastic. He had a couple great throws to Brian Thompson and Geno Sanders. Like, but then it's just not enough. So yeah. I get it. And like, this isn't a, I'm not challenging anybody that's doing this. It's really easy to say, in hindsight, you should have started Trenton Bourguet. It's really easy to say beforehand that Trenton will do better, and then we don't see it. And then you can just say, yeah, he would have done better. You don't know that because, again, with Bourguet in, they still run on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they still make
the
those same play
defense
calls.
still is on the field for 30 more plays. The offense probably sputters when it shouldn't because of those bad play calls. Trenton Bourguet still gets blitzed. I know he was better against the blitz, but it still happens.
Look, there are definitely some plays, right, in every football game that you want back.
Shoulda, coulda, wouldas, man.
There's every game on both sides, win or loss. I guarantee you, there's some plays that Tanner McKee and Stanford would love to have back, right? There's an alternate reality where ASU doesn't even get that ball back because they pick up that 3rd and 10. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, you can't get those plays back. Emory Jones can't have that last throwback. He can't throw that ball 2 more yards inside. He just can't. But look, it is what it is. I would have loved to see Trenton Bourguet attempt to make that throw. Maybe he makes it. Maybe he doesn't. We'll never know. It's something that needs to be talked about. And at this point, I think you have to make the coaching change. Or not the coaching change, the quarterback change. Yeah. Because if I am Sean Aguano, I think you've done a lot of things right. Okay? But this loss to Stanford is about the final straw that you have. Yes, the Washington win was big, but you needed to have Stanford, you needed to have Colorado, and you need to have U of A. You drop Stanford. Okay? Everybody assumes you're going to go beat Colorado because that's what everybody does. Everybody beats Colorado. I don't think it necessarily matters which quarterback you have out there. But at this point, I don't see Sean Aguano getting this job unless they go beat UCLA. And quite frankly, an ASU offense that looked like it did today, not going to cut it at all. Not going to cut it against U of A, to be honest with you.
No, definitely not. U of A is a better football team than ASU. It's not close. Cheers and saying, never thought I'd say this, but I'd take Jaden Daniels back. LSU 6-2. Beat number 7 Ole Miss today with him at the home. Yeah, I mean, this is something I talked about last week. He's one of the most accurate passers in the nation right now. Fucking Brian Kelly, man. Just gets the best out of his players. Jaden Daniels is a very talented guy.
Yeah.
Just had a couple,
and we knew that.
Couple
we knew
things that he needed
talented
to clean up, and he cleaned them up. And he's now leading an LSU team that, yeah, there were some mistakes at the start of the season, but 100%, he's a much better option than Emory Jones.
And there's coaching. I mean, you got to look at the coaching too. Like Brian Kelly, there's a reason LSU decided they were going to pay him upwards of $100 million because he's a phenomenal football coach. Right now, look, I think Sean Aguano, the story is great, right? Everybody wants Sean Aguano, the person, to be the head coach moving forward. But sometimes the story isn't enough, right? And I'll be the first one to put my hand up, right? You beat Washington, I'm like, okay. You go beat Stanford, you go beat Colorado, teams you should beat, right? We had this whole long discussion yesterday about how ASU has a better roster. I think today we saw it. I think ASU from top to bottom has a better roster today. I think you play that game 10 times. I think ASU probably wins the majority of them.
Yeah, I mean, you saw them. I mean, Nesta Jade Silvera today was incredible. I think he was super slept on for what he did. Obviously, made some big plays in the backfield, but also just his presence and forcing, the center on his heels every single play, causing a couple sacks just because of that. Yeah, they are more talented. They're way more talented than they play, but that's just what we've said for a long time. So maybe they're just bad. Let's just get into the lyric of the game now because it has a lot to do with what you were saying. So
okay.
The lyric of the game.
That was such a sad.
Here's the lyric of the
sad
game.
Intro.
It's called "That Was Fun." Song is by the Bare Naked Ladies. That was fun. Don't forget. No regrets, except maybe one.
What's your regret?
Losing football games. That's my one regret.
One regret? I thought your one regret would be like betting on ASU.
Oh, no.
No?
No, I will never regret that.
Really?
No. I don't regret the stuff I bet on.
Wow.
I don't.
Okay. Well, you had them, minus 3.5 today?
I don't just throw shit out there.
Yeah, minus 3.5 today?
And they could have done that if
they could have.
If there was one more inch. Yeah, but it was fun while it lasted, Mr. Sean Aguano. It was. I like the energy you brought. But we just saw one of the best offense in the Pac-12 right now.
The best offense?
The best offense in the Pac-12 right now is Oregon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Stanford.
No.
Are you...
No. But we just saw the best offense in the
Yeah.
Pac-12.
The best team.
Yeah, for sure. Dominant UCLA, whose defense has been really good. And it wasn't just because they had better players. They do have better players, but they also were scheming players wide open. There were gorgeous wheel routes. They picked up like 5 fourth downs, which is just ridiculous when they didn't even need to. I mean, he was just toying with them. Give me Kenny Dillingham. I've been saying it for 2 months. I need Kenny Dillingham as the next head coach at Arizona State.
Love you too, Connor. Love you too, man. Saw in the chat, you need a developer of talent. All the great programs have that. Not sure if Jeff Fish is that guy at Arizona, but Iguano going with Jones because injuries don't dictate a QB losing his job, isn't it? I totally agree. I know Saul and I disagree on a lot of football things, at least related to ASU and U of A, but I 1,000% agree. I think that was a lousy excuse. You gotta play the player that is going to win you the game.
You know what sucks? The ASU scoring 14 points in the first half. If they score 7, maybe don't to get a touchdown, I think you see Trenton in the second half.
I thought after...
Because I think he's trying to reach for that, being like, he got us 2 touchdowns.
I genuinely thought they were going to put Bourget in for that last drive. After Emory and company had that delay of game that ended up resulting in the punt.
I don't think he was that bad. Like, he again, what we said...
But he wasn't good?
No, but, like, I don't know if... It's game planning for me, man. It's so hopeless.
Look, it is a tough way to lose, okay? Especially if you did end up betting on ASU. I am so sorry. But there is a way to make your money back on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. New customers can make any $5...
Well, actually, if you took their spread, you would have won.
Was it +3?
Yeah, they were +2.
Well, if you bet ASU money line... Again, new customers can make any $5 NBA moneyline bet and get $200 if your team wins. You can also boost your winnings up to 100% with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. It's simple. Download DraftKings Sportsbook and use promo code PHNX. That's promo code PHNX in the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for more details. I know we were sweating that under in that UCLA Oregon game. It was set at 70? And they had 68 with like the entire fourth quarter to go.
Like 12 minutes ago.
It got close though.
Bobo!
Bobo scored and hit the over.
No way that's a real person. He's really good, by the way.
He is really good. But let's
really annoy.
Let's talk Kenny Dillingham a little more, right? Because Oregon dominated number 9 UCLA today. The only undefeated team left in the Pac-12.
Hey,
going into today.
Everyone likes to talk about systems in football, like road dogs, whatever, unders when it's windy.
Yeah.
They hit 60% of the time. You know what the Pac-12 system is? Fade the undefeated team in the Pac-12 that's playing a solid opponent every single week. I mean, it happens. See with USC, saw with Utah, you saw it with Oregon a couple years ago against ASU. I don't know if that team qualifies solid. Frank Darby was a very good receiver. And then you see it with, obviously, UCLA today.
Yeah, Curb in the chat. This will be the best time to start Trevor. I think you mean Trenton against Colorado if we do.
Trevor would be cool too. I'm fine with the Trevor. Fucking just go get somebody off the street.
Just go. Off the street?
Yeah.
If Sean were here, Sean would 1,000% be ranting. Just go get a fella. Just go get a quarterback. I think you got to make the move, man. You got to start Trenton. And if you're Ray, at this point, like, I know these conversations aren't going to be had for a couple more weeks at least, but like Kenny Dillingham
to go get a guy,
it's like to officially.
I mean, he better be having conversations with somebody about going to get a new head coach. He better have had that when they put Iguano as the head coach. You got to keep your options open. Yeah, I know what you mean by talking directly to him. Go get his ass, man. Go get him.
Please. LTC, I'm so sorry. LTC in the chat. I woke up early and cleaned my yard for this too.
You cleaned your yard for an ASU football game?
It's a bummer.
Oh, did people come over?
It's rough, man. Give me Kenny. Absolutely, give me Kenny. At this point, I've seen all I need to see. Okay? It's time to just do something different. I'm over it. I'm over ASU losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to time and time again. Should they beat Eastern Michigan? Yes, they should. What happened? They fired Hearn because it was disgusting and ugly. Should they have beat Stanford? Yes. Did they? No. Why? Because the coaching staff closed their eyes in the second half. Absolutely. They closed their eyes. I don't think Glenn wanted to win the game today. I think Glenn went out there and said, you know what? What if we just fuck around, see if we can win? Do you think? I think at halftime, Glenn went over to Sean. He's like, look, dude, I wonder if they can beat us with only field goals. That'd be crazy, right? And what happened? Stanford's best player, their field goal kicker, beat him single-handedly, single-footedly.
What happened with Carter, man? On that kick in the first half.
I think he just whiffed. He just absolutely whiffed. I think he was in on it too.
It's a little short.
That's the story of my life.
The reason why I kind of winced there, the catch at the end of the game, just showed up on my Twitter feed. Emory Jones needs to put that ball ahead of him, man.
That's what, and just a little inside. I didn't see that. It's when I watched it, I haven't seen the playback, but I would love to see what the pocket looks like. Was the pocket clean when he threw it? No. So it's, again, easy in hindsight to be like, oh, he should have just let him a little bit more inside. Like, it's a lot easier to say on this side than it is going out there and actually doing it. But hey, that's the reason they're collegiate quarterbacks and not us, because they're supposed to be able to make those throws. Simply didn't, right? It's tough. It is what it is. I do want to talk about the defense a little bit, but before we do that, I want to tell everybody about More Furniture. Sean's not here, but Sean did get a new apartment, and it is full of More Furniture that he got during their fall sale at morefurniture.com. Look, you guys can spruce up an apartment, a home, a living room, a kitchen, really whatever you guys want new furniture for, they've got it. Plus, you're going to receive a $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend at More Furniture. Go do it. They got some comfy stuff. I want to address something. On the Sun Show last night, Lindsey Smith said that a basket qualifies as furniture. No, the fuck it doesn't, Lindsey.
What is it?
It's not furniture.
What is it then?
It's a basket.
What is it?
It's a basket.
What is it?
An object.
Furniture's an object?
Yeah, but it's an object you can like sit in or do something in. Can you do something in a basket?
Yeah.
Do you think it's furniture?
Yeah.
David.
A decorative basket is furniture.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a decoration.
Like a nice wicker basket.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
I think
furniture?
That can be.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
You throw
separates
your
furniture
blankets in
from a decoration?
It's decorations that are in homes are furniture.
there? Yeah, I think I agree. Because like, would you call like the bookshelf furniture? That's like decoration.
Don't look at me like that. Yeah, but a bookshelf has a specific purpose.
Yeah, in a basket you put like all your blankets in there.
I regret calling on David. I thought
Well,
David
too
was
bad.
going to be on my side here. Lindsay, I disagree with you.
Damn it.
But go to morefurniture.com. What?
Damn it, you derailed me.
I derailed you?
Yeah, I had something to say, and then you brought up the wicker basket, David.
Defense. I want to talk about defense.
Yeah, we can talk about defense.
So, it's all going to come down to the fact that ASU held Stanford to 5 field goals. But
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
5 field goals?
Does anybody know this? Do you know who the Sickos Committee is?
No.
It's like a college football Twitter that just watches like awful games, like stuff that I like to bet on,
yeah.
like Maction and stuff. Their Sicko game of the week was this game.
Was it?
5 field goals, and also because nobody was at the game. I don't blame them.
What are we doing, guys? Look, chap, I want to get real with you for a second here.
Oh,
Okay, take your shoes off. Buckle up. Because
Can
we're
I?
going to... Go ahead. Take your shoes off.
I'm letting the dogs eat
Real
today.
quick. Oh, the dogs are eating?
Oh,
Oh, no. The Tootsies are out.
oh, that feels so good.
I hate
There's something that hits so different
With your
about-
shoes off?
in the office.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I feel bad for anybody ever
Oh,
that
jeez.
touches that now.
Isn't that gross? These are clean sockies.
Don't touch your foot.
It
Oh,
doesn't smell-
no.
it doesn't smell bad at
No.
all.
Don't do that.
My
No.
feet are clean.
No.
My feet are so
No.
clean. I probably have the cleanest feet in the company.
That is just not true.
I think it is.
Okay, who has the dirtiest feet?
I don't, Gerald, probably. Do you wash?
Whoa.
Do you wash your feet?
Yes, I wash
Every
my
single
feet.
day.
Every single time I take a shower.
Like, do you?
I didn't like that motion.
Do you do that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean you don't believe me? You never see me shower that I know of.
Socks off, please. I'm taking screenshots. Pugs and hugs.
Stop, pugs.
No.
Onlyfan.com/Shane Deef.
Only fan. There's only one.
There's only one.
There's only one
It's pugs
fan.
and hugs. He's the only fan of your feet.
All right. Defense.
Oh, Donnie, buddy.
Donnie. Hey, Donnie. What are
Hey,
you doing?
Donnie, buddy.
I don't think he was terrible today.
I don't think he was either, but man, we were talking about getting a little bit more aggressive, right? Ed Woods today, that 3rd and long, that corner blitz coming off the edge, big sack on Tanner McKee. again, to give ASU one more shot at it. There were a couple plays where we saw this secondary absolutely lock down the Stanford wide receiving core, right? In large part because of what Ro Torrance was able to do today. We saw how good Jordan Clark was in that secondary today with that diving interception. Like, I want to see this defense blitz more than they're not. At this point, just send them. Let the dogs hunt. Do something, right? Because the offense, at what point does Donnie have to sit there and be like, I have to call this defense in a way now that maybe allows us to score, that allows us to force turnovers, maybe multiple a game, so that the defense can start to score. Because the offense ain't doing it. The offense right now, the way it is being called, is not allowing it to happen.
When he's in trouble, he's Donald Henderson.
Donald Henderson? I don't like that at all.
Yeah. It's like if I'm mad at you, like if we're just talking, it's this toe tree, and then you say something stupid, I'm like, Anthony.
Oh, I don't like
See?
that. I don't like that at
Donald,
all.
stop it. I don't think this defense is talented enough.
Oh, no.
Yeah. If we're being honest.
Where specifically?
I think that there's individual talent at every single position.
Yeah.
Like, or every single position group.
Yep.
Because you have, one really consistent guy in Jordan Clark. Ro Torrance, if he can do that, that changes everything completely. If he can play, because then you have two corners that are doing something. And then that's about it in the secondary. I think that you're not
Isaiah Johnson?
You're not utilizing, he's too young. And he wasn't even there today. You're not utilizing your two linebackers because he was late to practice in the right way. So that doesn't even fucking matter. And your defensive line still can't get home. They got home a couple times today. But they're incapable of it. I think Nesajay Silvera is a game breaker. The man can do a lot. But BJ Green finally got a sack today. Like,
first time we've ever called his name all year,
Yeah.
it feels like.
That's it. I mean, there were a couple guys that did something today. But it's the first time this year. Like, I just don't think this defense is as talented as we think.
Did we undervalue the loss of Michael Matus at the start of the season, you think?
Yes, 100%.
And maybe some of the
100%.
transfers along that defensive line. Like, and this is a genuine question. Like, why did everybody think that the defensive line was the strong point of this defense?
Because it's so deep. It is deep.
But they're not doing anything.
But deep doesn't matter if the starters aren't doing anything. Because then you're just bad.
Trevez Moore.
Yeah, Trevez Moore, I thought was going to have a monster year. That was a mess.
Joe Moore.
He's been okay.
BJ Green.
He's not.
Nesta.
He's been great.
The lone bright spot, would you say, on that defensive line?
Yeah, I mean, the lone consistent bright spot for sure.
And I want to know...
You just need a Tyler Johnson. You need a guy that can get you 6-7 sacks a year. Like, you just need that in college football. Oh, and if you can't, you got to scheme ways to do that. And God knows Donald doesn't know how to do that.
You know what watching this ASU defense this year, what I absolutely miss, or who I absolutely miss.
Good corners. Two good corners.
No, I mean, yes, I miss Jack Jones. I miss Chase Lucas. There's one specific guy, and ASU fans know exactly who I'm talking about.
Darren Butler?
Nope.
Oh, I miss him.
The one pass rusher over the last 10 years, I would say, at ASU that was a game breaker, that was a top tier in the Pac-12 pass rusher. If it wasn't for knee injuries, absolutely destroying what would have been a potential NFL career, Karan Crump was an absolute dog. A guy that was a absolute unit.
I think Will Sutton
coming
has any
off
years of
the
eligibility left.
Probably not. Terrell Suggs, maybe? You think he'd come back? Can you come back if you were inducted into the ASU Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Come back and play?
Yeah, you're allowed.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Karan Crump with the two linebackers that were in the middle of that defense at the time, Christian Sam and DJ Calhoun. Oh, my gosh, that defense was a bunch of animals. But this defense looks like...
Beanie Babies. It's all fun and games. Look, again, I'll say this. I'll say this until the end of time. I think as a whole, this team sucks right now. They can't get anything going, whether it be coaching, whether it be whatever, whether it be just not really good. But individual talent-wise, these are good players. So they are solid. Like, it's just not working. And that, my friends, is why you don't move ASU up in your power rankings until they win 2 straight games.
At me, then.
I'm adding you and Sean.
Okay, then I would like to at you at our conversation from yesterday about the score predictions.
I didn't say you were wrong for. We went over this already.
Look, I don't blame you if you guys don't want to go to an ASU football game. Okay, I am not going to blame you one bit. But guess what? There are some other ASU sports that do have a lot of life left in them. ASU hockey's got a game tonight. Sun Devil basketball gets going here in, I believe, 16 days.
November 7th.
So I think 16 days. That sounds about right to me.
15.
15 days.
Or is there 30? Yeah, that's Halloween. You're right.
16 days.
16 days.
16 days. Look, guys, if you're going to go get a ticket, there's only one place to do it, and that is Game Time. You guys can save up to 60% on tickets when you buy tickets last minute. It's great for you procrastinators out there. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Do it, guys. Whether it's ASU hockey, whether it is ASU basketball, or a concert, a show, whatever, go do it. LTC in the chat. You think Herm still has one good hit left in him? Nope, not at all. I don't think Herm has. You know what? I'm not gonna.
He's got a skincare brand coming out
I'm
soon.
gonna say it. I'm just not even gonna say it.
Good.
LTC. There's no reason to talk about Herm at this point. You know the best part of my day?
Oh my God, I know the best part of. Yeah, it was, dude. I want to get that feeling back.
Yeah. You want to go?
I'm
Wait,
hooked.
they're closed. That's a bummer. Best part of my day was 1000% Burrito
Sean, stop texting us.
Express. Our friends at Burrito Express are on a quest to hit 3,000 Twitter followers. We're teaming up with them on a giveaway to help them out. Make sure you're following them on Twitter at BurritoEXP and ourselves at PHNX_Sun Devils for a chance to win a Burrito Express shirt, sticker, and voucher for a free burrito. The Toe Tree Special is literally just a breakfast supreme with no cheese because my tummy goes crazy, with extra bacon.
Sad.
What's that? That I'm lactose intolerant?
Tummy toe trees.
Tummy toe trees. Oh no. Any final thoughts on what we just watched? Because I need to go throw up.
It's over.
David, oh shit.
I'm ready for basketball.
David, what'd you think? I want David's opinion on this game. Yeah, what? David's a human.
You want to do aftertaste? Do you have something fun to say?
Oh yeah, we do have that.
I thought you were saving that.
What, aftertaste? Yeah, we're gonna talk. I just want David's thoughts on the game. I'm just chilling.
Oh, I think you guys summed it up pretty well.
Thanks,
You don't have an opinion?
No.
Wow. You're not allowed to have one.
Stop talking, David.
Sorry.
This is all a test. Yeah. What did Stanford shove in our mouths in the second half? What'd that taste like, huh?
I mean, I guess it's not the most out of pocket thing you've ever said, but it's pretty up there.
Just weaseled it right down our esophagus.
Okay, that just made it worse. Let's see. Do you have anything?
Yeah, this tasted like somebody tied me up.
Oh no.
Held my mouth open.
Oh God.
And poured rubbing alcohol
down
my throat. That's exactly what it tasted like. It tasted like
ow.
Yes. Pain, and guess what? Right as they lifted it up to take it away from me, you know what that last drive was? They just grabbed full-on fucking hand sanitizer and just started pumping that shit right in my mouth.
I don't like that.
Oh shit.
You're the worst. I was gonna go with like let's say, okay, this tasted like, let's say tonight I go home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. You ever so excited for breakfast when you're sleeping?
Dude, every fucking day.
Yeah. Even though you don't eat breakfast sometimes.
Oh, I eat breakfast. Oh yeah. I mean, I eat eggs every day.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Anyway, so you're just so excited for breakfast. Maybe you got this new cereal and you're ready to try it. Woo. And
breakfast.
You go to get some.
Desayuno.
You go to get some snackies in the fridge at night, and you see, oh shit, the milk's expired.
Oh no.
Better go get some in the morning. And then you wake up in the morning and you're late. You're like,
does your dad go get milk and then just does not come back?
No. You're late. So you're like, I don't have time. So you're going to have to use this spoiled milk. And so you use the spoiled milk and you start eating and you're like, this tastes like shit. But you saw it coming. You knew what you were getting. You just decided to eat it anyway. Maybe it's your job. Maybe you're a fan. It still tastes like ass.
Oh no.
I think I did that 2 Sundays ago with a fresh box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Spoiled milk?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize it was like right on the day. I was like, oh, this is fine. And it was not fine. It ruined the whole bowl. Was that chunky
milk?
No, it was okay. It was not chunky. It was like right on the edge.
Oh, we got another spoiled milk in the chat. Game tastes like a shot of vodka with spoiled milk as a chaser.
Oh, pugs and hugs.
No.
Yeah. Then you get a call from the doctor.
Whoa,
no.
No, pugs and
Never
hugs.
mind pugs and hugs. Jeez. Look, my final thoughts on this game. Okay.
Play calling bad.
Play calling. Glenn
Players-
Thomas,
Okay.
horrendous. Glenn Thomas, you need to go see a hypnotist. What was they called?
Hypnotist?
Hypnotist. What did I say?
Hypnotist? Sounds like a
Like a thing you'd have.
like like a growth you got from going to a
A
hypnotist.
hypnotist.
Yeah, hypnotist from going
It's
to
one
a
of the it's side effects. I was gonna say one of the after effects. You need to go see a hypnotist and have them hypnotize you into Kenny Dillingham, because that was just horrible from top to bottom. I didn't like any of it. Try again next week. Sean, I'm sorry.
No.
No, I am sorry because I the chances of the full-time job.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the pause.
No, I'm talking about Guano here.
Okay.
Oh, I'll get to Sean.
I know you don't like that.
Oh yeah, my boy, Ohana. It's not looking good. Your chance to save
They
it.
fight for him.
Yeah, they do. They definitely play harder for him than they do harm. All respect to that. And I think he has started to try and change or build a culture here, but right now, it's not happening fast enough.
Yeah, I knew I said I was out. I was being a little bit dramatic at the start of the show. Like, I don't think it would be the worst idea for him to be your head coach next year, but I prefer Dillingham for sure, or somebody.
He's at this point, he's gone from the front runner to he has to do something now to get this job. Right? I think if they would have cruised past Stanford, Colorado, maybe
God
U of A,
damn it, that would have been nice.
lost to UCLA, lost to Oregon State, I would have been like, I still think he's the front runner to get the job. At this point, after what Kenny Dillingham did today with Oregon and what this ASU team looked like down the stretch, I think he took a peg down. He's at that second spot now. So you have to go earn that job back. Emory?
Yeah, LTC bringing up the point would even leave Oregon though.
I think so.
Maybe. Dude, it's just not appealing.
I think he leaves Oregon, but I don't think if he has success here that he's here for very long. He's here for 3 years, maybe.
I don't even know if that's just like my dream guy.
He's your dream guy?
Because when they were showing him in the box, calling plays, he was having so much fun. Obviously, it's a lot more fun when your offense is working. I bet he was not having fun in the Georgia game. But he's like an assassin. He's like, this is gonna work. I'm gonna run a fake bubble screen wheel route on a 4th and 7. I'm a sicko, and he's smiling down, laughing maniacally. He's amazing. I love him. One more loss and it's over.
If they lose to Colorado,
disband the program just for a day.
I think if they lose to Colorado, we should be the coaching staff.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't have to wear shoes all the time.
Oh no! I mean, you'd be the head coach. You don't have to.
Yeah, I would.
You would be the head coach.
Yeah, I know, but I would have to wear shoes as the head coach.
Why?
Because then ESPN's going to pick up a story about ASU's head football coach doesn't wear shoes, and it's going to get all weird. And
I did meet a guy one time that didn't wear shoes. It was the weirdest thing.
like ever.
No, like he did not wear shoes. He actually, funny enough, talking to David, he worked for the State Press when I was there. Did not wear shoes or socks.
Wow.
He was a barefoot clown.
You guys have any Crocs?
No.
Oh,
I freaking love Crocs. I have so many, and I have a pair of ASU
Was the most
Crocs
he's ever
with
said.
like Sparky on them, but they're like somewhere trapped in
Oh,
my
no.
dad's garage. I have no idea where they are. I've looked
Are
for
they calling
years.
to you?
I hear them on a cool night with a slight breeze of the wind.
Oh, what do they
Go-
say?
I
going
hear them
east?
calling to me.
What
yeah,
do they say?
going east.
David.
What noise does an alligator
what
make?
are they called?
What?
That you put on the Crocs? You know, you can put stuff.
Sport mode.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh, like giblets or something.
Yeah, whatever they're called. Put more giblets on me, David. All right, are we good?
I mean, no, we're not good. We're not good at all. Currently, ASU's not very good whatsoever.
Oh.
Gibbets. Gibbitz.
Gibbets.
Look,
Gosh, gibbet.
we appreciate everybody tuning in. We wish this game would have gone differently. Football is a game of inches, and quite literally, it was a couple inches short today, which is rough. It is what it is, but that's football. That's sports. They got to get out there, and they got to do it next week against Colorado. And nothing really changes. All you're going to hear is they're going to put their head down. They're going to put this one past them, and they jump on to the next one. But in reality, the offense was bad today, specifically in that second half. There was questionable coaching decisions, and there's definitely concern at the quarterback position and along the offensive line. So something needs to change because there's a couple games left, and if there's any hope in this program, something needs to change. Okay?
Don't be that guy that goes on Twitter and says, like, we all knew this was going to happen.
What?
Or obviously, Trenton Bourget should have started. Again,
Yeah.
it's really easy to say that.
Also, I want to say something.
Uh-oh.
To the clowns
Ooh.
in my mentions after I had tweeted that this is a heartbreaking loss if you're ASU, Emory Jones and Elijhah Badger gave it all, their best on that final play. Quote retweet me is saying that this is sympathy. A sympathy, like, I love sympathy losses. Motherfucker, I will be the last one that has any sympathy for this team. I'll be the very first one to tell you that they need to be better 9 times out of 10. But if you want to watch that last play and go out there and tell me that you can make a better throw than Emory Jones or you can make a better catch than Elijhah Badger, then by God, I will pay you $1 million to go out there and fucking do it. Because there's no shot in hell that you can. So, the next time you want to hop in my mentions, do me a favor, just block me. We're not friends. I don't want to hear from you. Okay? But you can give us a follow at PHNX_.
You know what's so funny, Totri?
What?
I don't know why I just realized this. When you go on your like little tangents yelling at people when you get in your motherfucker, you literally sound like a fucking preacher. It's amazing.
Okay. Love that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead. Follow PHNX Sun Devils.
You can follow me.
What's his name?
You? I don't know. What's his name?
I don't know.
Okay. You can follow me at Anthony_.
Joel Osteen. That's
Oh,
what you
God.
sound like.
He's a horrible human being. You can follow me at Anthony_Dozier. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef, and you can follow the man on a plane at Sean_DePause.
Gone as always. Also, shout out Curb Stomp. I'll be working in Ireland soon. Congratulations. That's fun.
That's dope. Hopefully you're still watching.
2:30 a.m. kickoff times.
Oh,
Go
man.
Devils. Win or lose, I will be here. I appreciate that. Man.
Love
Thanks
it.
a lot.
Absolutely love it. We will be back.
Oh, Chotradamus is dead, by the way.
R.I.P. Be back on Monday. For now, though, enjoy your weekend.
Ta-ta.
Peace.